Welcome, seekers of the wild, and welcome back to Faolán's Path, a place where stillness is sacred, where land and breath hold memory, and where energy becomes something we live, not just study. I'm Juniper, a threshold walker, a weaver of worlds, and someone who believes the earth is always speaking, if we can remember how to listen. So take a breath and let your awareness drop a little lower, towards your feet, towards the land. Today, we're exploring what happens after the breakthrough, after the download, after the shift, because insight is only the beginning. Integration is the real initiation. Every beginning comes from some sort of ending, and an ending can't happen without something else beginning. That's just the rhythm of life, constant motion, constant transformation. But let's be honest, change is scary. Even when it's good, even when it's exactly what we have asked for. But more often than not, change is the bridge that gets us closer to the life we are meant to live. Not as a concept, but as a felt experience. And that's what we're talking about today. Not the breakthrough itself, but what comes after it. Not the insight, but how we live it. And why responsibility, embodiment, and integration just might just be the most spiritual thing we can do. I've been sitting with this in a very real way lately, noticing how patterns I thought I have healed, especially around nourishment and how I relate to food in my body, are showing up again in a whole different light. And I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting this. I've done my work, or I thought I did, but I'm seeing it clearly now. And instead of judging myself for what's rising up, I'm taking a different path this time. I'm choosing to get support because that is what integration looks like. It's not about being perfect. It's about being honest and taking responsibility for the life, the life I want to live. So sometimes our biggest spiritual work happens through the body, not beyond it. Whether it's how we eat, how we move, how we numb out, the body tells the truth before we're ready to hear it. And sometimes we make things up because we want to believe it's something else. We want it to be spiritual and it's actually physical, or we want it to be emotional when it's really biological. That's why integration matters. It helps us to listen before we leap and learn how to live in alignment, not just talk about it. So before we continue on, I do want to bring in the plant spirit spotlight today. I'm going to go into this with all this in mind too. So this is Copaiba, the resin of embodied truth. And Copaiba isn't just an oil, it's that resin, a golden tear from the heartwood of the Copaiba tree, a sacred offering born from pressure, time, and inner wounding. She doesn't grow in neat rows or manicured forests. She lives in the wild, tangled, shadowed, alive, deep in the South American rainforest, where the roots reach far and the canopy touches the sky. This is not a plant you simply use. This is a being that you walk beside. She's a tree known for what it means to be pierced, all while still offering healing. She reminds us that wholeness doesn't mean unbroken. It means truthful, lived in, rooted. There's a quiet intelligence in Copaiba, the kind that doesn't shout over you, but one that waits patiently for your nervous system to settle, so you can hear what's been true all along. She doesn't rush, she doesn't rise, she grounds. And in that grounding, there is that restoration. So I reach for Copaiba by placing a couple of drops on my soles of my feet or in the back of my neck, breathing her in, remembering I belong here in this body on this earth. And sometimes I take her internally in capsule form when I need to return to my body, when my energy is scattered or my emotions are loud, when everything inside me feels louder than usual. Her medicine is subtle, but it actually very profound. And like all sacred things, she comes with responsibility. Copaiba is now threatened with decline in parts of the Amazon, not because she can't give, but because too many have forgotten to ask. And even when we do ask, are we willing to hear a no? Are we willing to listen to the land if she says, not here, not now, take from somewhere else, take less? True relationship with the earth isn't just about gratitude. It's about consent. It's about listening, not only when the answer is yes, but when the answer is slow down or wait or choose differently. So this is why I source with care and why I treat every drop like a prayer, not a product, not a presence, a living echo of Earth's generosity. When we take from a tree who bleeds gold, at least we can do is remember her name, speak to her with gratitude, and give something back, even if it's just reverence, stillness, or a promise to do better. Copaiba contains beta-caryophyllene. This is a plant compound that generally supports the endocannabinoid system. This is the body's natural balancing network that governs mood, immune response, inflammation, and inner regulation. There's no high, no haze, just support for staying, support for integration, letting her remind you you don't have to solve everything. You don't have to carry it all alone. You just have to stay present. Just stay present long enough for your body to catch up to what your soul already knows. The feet are known to hold the future. Walking the walk, moving forward, stepping towards alignment. That's why we ground oils like Copaiba into the soles, because the earth doesn't lie, and neither do your feet. This is where the integration begins, not just with the vision, but with the vessel. And maybe it's not just you. Maybe this feeling, this heaviness, this shift, this strange shedding is part of something larger, something we're all walking through together. In astrology, there's a celestial body called Chiron, often known as the wounded healer. It doesn't bring the wound itself. It brings the reminder that pain can become wisdom, that suffering, when integrated, can become medicine. So Chiron spends nearly 7 to 8 years in each sign, which means its lessons are not just personal, they tend to be generational. We carry common wounds, we carry common themes, and when Chiron shifts signs, so do the places we're asked to look. So right now, Chiron is slowly moving from Aries into Taurus. From wounds around identity, self-trust, and initiation into deeper healing around the body, safety, worthiness, and our relationship to the earth itself. This is the shift from the spiritual warrior, the one who've had to fight to be seen, into the earthbound healer, who now must learn to rest, to receive, and to remember they belong. From I exist to I am worthy, it asks, can you stay with your body long enough to hear what it needs, not just what it's forced to endure? Can you trust the earth to hold you, even if the world never taught you how? We are not healing in isolation. We are healing in rhythm with the generations who came before us and for the generations who will walk after us. May we honor the pain that shapes us. May we release the stories that no longer serve us. And may we become the ones who walk forward differently. Not because it's easy, but because we remember what it's like to carry the weight. So find a quiet place, or let the place you're already in become quiet. And I apologize for my new acquisition of family member in my household. So if you hear Rio in the background, hopefully his chirps will be a way to remember Earth herself as one of its people. So close your eyes if that feels safe, or soften your gaze and begin by noticing your breath. You don't have to change it, just meet it. Let it find you. Let it find you like a wave returning to shore. And now bring your awareness to your body, not as an object, but as a living place, a home, a sacred animal who has always known the way. Can you feel the soles of your feet? Can you sense the weight of your body resting on the earth? Now pause here. If you're sitting, notice where your spine meets the chair. If you're lying down, notice where your back is supported. Let gravity be a gift, not something to resist, but something that holds you. Feel the earth beneath you. Even if there's a floor, carpet, concrete, or wood between you, she's still there, always there, waiting for you to remember her. Let yourself root down, not with force, but with softness. Imagine the roots like threads of memory extending down from your feet, your tailbone, your heart, into the soil. Breathe down instead of up. Breathe into your hips, your belly, your thighs, the parts of you that carry your becoming. There's nothing to fix here, nothing to shift, only a homecoming. Now whisper to your body, I'm here now. Whisper to the earth, thank you for holding me. Let all the scattered pieces of your energy begin to return. Every moment you ignored your body, every time you overrode your truth, every part of you that got lost in performance or protection or proving, call them home, back into the body, back into the breath, back into the sacred skin. Feel your worth, not as an idea, but as a weight, as a knowing, as something that belongs.